How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to Lucky Pack MTG. My name is Matt, and you guys are here to watch me crack some packs. And you're also here because it's, Patreon Friday. If my voice sounds a little rough, I apologize. I got sick over the holidays, which is never a fun time, but we're here, and we're going to be doing this. Now, before we get started, I have a couple of things I need to ask you guys to do. I ask you to do it all the time, and it's really important that you do because it does help this channel grow. And the first thing you need to do is go ahead and hit like on this video. I know you haven't seen anything yet. That's fine. But if you hit like, it'll show up in your feed more often, and you can decide if you like it or not. Share this around with your other pack opening friends. And, of course, subscribe. That, of course, is most important. Lets YouTube know, hey, this is something you want to see, which also tells it, hey, other people may want to see it as well. And if you want to partake in Patreon Friday, there's a link down below that takes you directly to my Patreon page, where you can sign up at multiple different tiers, starting at $3 a month to support the channel. Now, if you start off at the $10 reward tier, you can participate in things like today, which we still have a patron, and we're going to go ahead and pick his pack. Now, first, we're going to write his name here. And if you guys happened to see last time, or if you're a subscriber, James got a borderless polluted Delta. I'm a little jealous of that, but delivered it to him like I tell you guys I will. He got the entire pack, art card, and everything. Now, what are we going to be doing today? Well, this Patreon Friday, after opening up the mystery box, which if you guys watched that video, we did not get as much as I thought we were going to get, but we got enough. I decided to grab some March of the Machine. This is a set I have never opened before. I barely played with it on Arena. But we're going to go ahead and open this up. Now, there are two different styles. There are draft boosters, and there are set boosters. I couldn't find any set boosters within a reasonable price that I was willing to pay. But we got some draft boosters, which have cards in them all the same. And while I'm opening this up, we're going to go over the hits that we're looking for. Now, in the Mythic slot, we are looking for the Praetors, of course. Shieldred, Urabrask, and Jin-Gitaxias. That's... any of the Praetors will be great. But that's who we're looking for right off the bat. In the rare slot, we're looking for a Tali, Primal Conqueror, a Fairy Mastermind, Tribute to the World Tree, City of Fire, Ozolith, the Shattered Spire, Invasion of Ikoria, because this set had battles, which is cool. I don't have many of those. I only have one. No Box Stopper. Surok and Goreclaw, which you can get in the Jumpstart. Almost guaranteed get in the Jumpstart sets of March of the Machine if you can find them. And, of course, the devastating Breach the Multiverse. Now, that sounds like there's a lot, and there is, of course. That's a lot of rares compared to the Mythics. And then we have two in the uncommon slot. And we are looking for Kami of Whispered Hope and Ruins Recluse, which is a spider. It's been a while since I've seen a spider as a hit, but it is what it is. So, just like last time, we're gonna shuffle some of these up, and then we're gonna put them in packs. I'm gonna skip that part for you guys, and you're just gonna get the time I'm putting this together. Okay, these have all been shuffled up. and we are going to roll our die. So, it's just a regular 6-sided die, no tricks. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Okay. So, take these aside. We will pull from pile 1. Okay, so there are 12 packs because this box had 36 packs. Here we go. James, pack number 5. You get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. James, that is your pack. So, I have a little update that I can talk about before we open these packs if you want to listen. So, I'll talk about it while I'm opening the first pack. But if you guys did see the mystery box video, we didn't get our accessory. So, I actually contacted Mystery Box, and they got back to me rather quickly for what it was, and they offered me 2 options. They offered me a discount on my next Mystery Box, or they offered me a minor refund for the cost of what they put the value of the missing accessory. As much as I would have liked to take the credit, I rather have the money. Everybody would rather have the money. And believe it or not, I was thinking they're just going to refund me like $5 or something like that, because I don't think their accessories get that expensive. No, they refunded me $10. So technically, I only paid $109 for that box, which actually does kind of put it on par for what we got. So that's kind of cool. Respect for that. I will be getting another mystery box sometime soon. I would like to see what else we could get from it. I'd like to see what their accessories are. I think it'd be a little interesting. So if that's something you guys want to see, if you guys want to participate in or help me get to it, go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see what we can get next time. But that's enough rambling for me. I'm going to start opening the packs. Now, I've only ever opened the 1 pack, and that's the one that we got in the mystery box. So I have 0 clue what is actually in these packs. And I don't know if we have to do a pack trick or whatever. I don't know if there's list cards. I don't know. And we do need to do a pack trick. Okay. I'll do 4. Okay, well, I'm already screwing up. I think we're just going to do 3, maybe 4, but this is Hidetsu and Kairi. This is actually a really good, I don't know how much it's worth, but when I was playing with it on Arena, this is a really good card. So, I will probably be putting that in the commander deck I have. Phyrexian Sensor, Furnace Gremlin, Realm Breaker's Grasp, Expedition Lookout, Placid Rottentail, Meeting of Minds, Iridescent Blade Master, Unseal the Necropolis, Trailblazing Historian, Ichor Drinker, that sounds gross. We've got a really cool elemental token here. And then we have a Dismal Backwater, everybody has seen that one. And then this is Renata, Called to the Hunt, in a very cool showcase kind of, I believe this is the showcase. It's a very cool showcase version. And then we have our battle. I don't know how these packs are set up. So we got the Invasion of Eldraine. Very cool. And then we got a Not Void Hermit. So this set came after All Will Be One. And this was basically solidifying, going back in time in the story, I believe. So that was Aftermath or whatever. So we're gonna do it after the battle, right? Yeah. So we're gonna go after the battle. Okay, we got Glistening Deluge, Mirror Shield Hoplite, Negates, Kithkin Billy Rider, Iridescent Blade Master, Urn of Godfire, Brawl's Reinforcements, Icker Shade, Trailblazing Historian, we got Incubator, and we got a really cool full art land. Oh, here's our foil. We got a foil Change the Equation. And then we got Inga Rune Eyes in that showcase. And then we have Invasion of Xerix for our battle. Then we got Tarkir Dune Shaper. And Pylon. So this was the set that had these flip cards that you could transform, but they were like opposite. So like this is Selesnya. You could do the Phyrexian mana, or you could do green. And they were like opposite colors and things like that. So very cool. Nice little gimmick. You're not gonna open. You don't wanna open. There, you will open. I will not be denied. So we'll do, yeah. So this has a bit that we have to go through. So Phyrexian Awakening. Kami of the Whispered Hopes. Hey, we got one of the hits. Happens to be the uncommon hit. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a permanent you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on that permanent instead. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a permanent you control, that many +1/+1. Oh, got it. So you get an additional. I read that really wrong. You get an additional +1/+1 counter, and then Kami is a mana producer, which I understand why this is a hit. It's a good card. Tidal Terror, Sword-Sworn Cavalier, Wildwood Escort, Mirrodin Avenged, War Historian, Final Flourish, Hanger Scrounger, Icker Drinker, we got an Incubator token, and then we got a Scoured Barrens, and then we have Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. This is not the Atraxa that everyone is looking for, but that is still an Atraxa in the showcase. Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, proliferate. That's still really good for 4 mana, not gonna lie. And then we have Invasion of Mercadia. Kenra Spell Spear, and Glissa Herald of Predation in a showcase. That's 2 showcases. Very good card. I like the showcase. It's the same kind of showcase that they did for All Will Be One, so I like that as well. It's a very cool design. And we've got an Atraxa. We haven't gotten the Atraxa that everybody hates and loves when they play them, but it is an Atraxa. We got Stoke the Flames, Storm the Seed Pillar, Furtive Analyst, Angelic Intervention, Flywheel Racer, Timberland Ancient, Phyrexian Archivist, Onake Javelineer, Gloomfang Mauler. No, thank you. Nope. Don't want that at all. No, no, no. Aki Scrap Chomper. And we got a elemental token, which takes us to a forest. Then we got Timoret, chosen from death. He's still a good card. Timoret's toughness is equal to your devotion to black. And exile up to 2 target cards from a graveyard and gain 1 life for each creature exiled this way. He's still really good. I don't know if he's worth anything. I'll check it out, and we'll go from there. And we have our first rare battle. Invasion of Gobakan. It's a really, really good control card. Then we have another Not Void Hermit. And then a Change the Equation. Oh, getting our flip token on. Alright. We have Tiller of Flesh, Stormclaw Rager, Temporal Cleansing, Inspired Charge, Chomping Kavu, Skittering Surveyor, Converter Beast, Unseal the Necropolis, Karsus Depth Guard. That's our token, which gives us a Thornwood Falls, a Foil Furtive Analyst, and Emry, Lurker of the Loch. In that showcase, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. When Emry, Lurker of the Loch, enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards. Choose target artifact. Tap Emry. Choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. Emry is a very good card, and it's in that showcase, which is really nice. Then we have Invasion of New Capenna, a Bonded Herd Beast, and Guardian of Girapur. I hope I'm saying that right. So, not quite a Restoration Angel, but close. Sorry guys, don't mean to bump the camera. Hey, that is a cool looking Night Token. Alright. Scornblade Berserker, a Scrappy Brute, Disturbing Conversion, Knight of the New Coalition, Halo Hopper, Portent Tracker, Urn of Godfire, Nezumi Informant, Marauding Dreadship, Tenured Oilcaster. This is a very cool looking Night Token, which goes for one of the battles, I believe. And then we have a Full Art Mountain, that's very cool. And we have Rada, Coalition Warlord, and Showcase. It's the Stained Glass Showcase from Dominaria. That's very cool. And then we have our battle, which is Invasion of Ragatha. Order of the Mirror, and Realm Breaker, the Invasion Tree. So that's actually pretty cool. The mill 3 is really nice, especially if you grab a land from your opponent. Nope. Oh, Phyrexian Sapperling, that looks awful. Alright. Zalfirin Lancer, Botanical Brawler, Afaro's Dispersal, Bola Slinger, Wildwood Escort, Flywheel Racer, War Historian, Mirren Bane Splitter, Etched Familiar, Shatter the Source, a Phyrexian Sapling token, gets us a Jungle Hollow, and then we have a Velduck, Keeper of the Flame, which we got from the one pack that we opened during the mystery box. Then we have Invasion of Lorwyn, which is actually kind of fitting since Lorwyn is coming up here soon. The new Lorwyn is coming up here soon. Then we got Pyretic Prankster and Thalia and the Gitrog Monster. This is not a bad card. Costs 4. First Strike, Death Touch. Always a good and awful combination. Good if you're playing it, awful if you're going against it. You may play an additional land on each of your turns, which also is a good card. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Also a great card. This is why this is kind of like a hate card. Whenever Thalia and Gitrog Monster attacks, sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. They do lots of things. And that was kind of the theme for this, is a bunch of these creatures from all over the multiverses, the realms, the planes, kind of got together to fight against the Phyrexians. So, let's see here. Alright. Copper Host Crusher, Tandem Takedown, Halo Charged Scab, Sigil Sentinel, Phyrexian Archivist, Timberland Ancient, Wary Thespian, Dramatic Revelation, Furnace Host Charger, Consuming Aetherborn, Phyrexian Incubator. We got full art land there. That swamp is very cool. Then we have Garuda. Wow. Okay. Garuda and a borderless companion. I know. Garuda is a very good card. I don't know if they're worth anything, but it's cool. We got the borderless treatment, borderless showcase. Then we got Invasion of Asgo, Skyclave Aerialist, and Ancient Imperasaur. This is the creature you want to use Provoke on. Alright, we have only gotten one hit, quote-unquote hit, so far. I'm talking about, when I say hits, I don't mean ones that are worth over $1.50, because that's what I show. Hits are those high-cost ones, the ones that everybody's looking for. So we've only gotten one of those. And it was the uncommon, which I don't mind. We can get another one of those. We got Scornblade Berserker, Seal from Existence, Negate, Infected Defector, Crystal Carapace, Meeting of Minds, Wary Thespian, Shatter the Source, Failed Conversion, Searing Barb. We got an advertisement. We don't need advertisements. We got a Forest. And then this is Dina Soul Steeper in Showcase. This is from Strixhaven, I believe. And whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Sacrifice another creature, Dina Soul Steeper gets X plus X plus 0 until end of turn, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. If I remember correctly, Dina was a good combo card. We got Invasion of Olgrotha. And we got a Skyclave Aerialist. And Sword of Once and Future. It is a sword. I don't know if it's worth much, but let's see what it does. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from blue and black. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, surveil 2. Then, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell with a mana value of 2 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Not bad. That's actually not bad for a sword. The protection, of course, is nice. Like I said, I don't know necessarily what anything we're looking for or what is worth what. I will, of course, be putting the prices up where I put them. You guys know where I put them. And we'll go from there. Tiller of Flesh, Rampaging Geoderm, Tidal Terror, Kithkin Billyrider, Alabaster Host Sanctifier, Serpent Blade Assailant, Oculus Whelp, Etched Host Doombringer, Onake Javelineer, and then a Phyrexian Mirror, which is very cool looking. Then we got another Dismal Backwater, a Foil Swamp, and then we have Obosh the Prey Piercer. Did we just get another companion? We did. Obosh is a good card. I do like the borderless treatments on these, and I'm noticing that there's a showcase in every pack. I'm a little worried about that because I've never bought packs like this before, so I don't know if that was a common thing. Why I'm worried about that is because this may be an entire box that is fake. I'm going to have to take a look at some of these and find out. But this is our battle, Invasion of Zendikar. I don't know why you would fake March of the Machine. It wasn't that great of a set. Harried Artisan. Then we have Sea Double. Good spell. Alright, we're going to do one more, and then we're going to see what James is going to get. Alright. Sorry about the camera. We have a Furnace Gremlin. Hey, another Kamiya Whispered Hopes. So we're getting hits. Just the same one. Just happens to be an uncommon. Saiba, Cryptomancer, Sword Sworn Cavalier, Atraxa's Fall, Cut Short, Vengeant Earth, Deadly Derision, Mirren Bane Splitter, Traumatic Revelation, and there's our token. That's the flip token thing. Then we have a Jungle Hollow, which gives us a Moti, Celebrant of Bounty. Moti, Celebrant of Bounty has Cascade, and then spells you cast with mana value 6 or greater have Cascade. Emoti's actually pretty good. And then we have our battle, which is a mythic, which is Invasion of Ravnica. Very much playing up on the guilds of Ravnica there. Then we got a Pyretic Prankster and an Omen Hawker. Well, what I am noticing is if we get a rare or mythic battle, we don't get an additional rare that is the rare. Alright, James, do you want to see what you got? I would like to see what you got. So we're going to go ahead and see what you get. You ready, James? We're getting a treasure token. So that's always fun. Alright. James, you get a Rampaging Geoderm, Sandstalker Moloch, Assimilate Essence, Aerial Boost, Zalfirin Shapecraft, Thunderhead Squadron, Arachnoid Adaptation, Cut Short, Nezumi Informant, War Trained Slasher, here's that treasure token. You get a Full Art Island, you get Jury, Master of the Review, in Showcase. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Jury, Master of the Review. When Jury dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. That's actually a really good card. You're getting a rare battle, which is Invasion of Karsus. Not bad. Then you get Herbology Instructor and Glistening Deluge. Alright, James. So your two cards are Jury and a battle. We'll put the battle underneath Jury. We'll put your cards right there. I hope you can use those cards. I don't know if they're good or bad. I mean, the battle seems really good, and then Jury, of course, is it deals damage when she dies, and whenever creatures die, they get +1/+1 counters, so that seems good. But we shall see. We shall see. Alright. We get Azerix Strobe Knight, Furnace Rains, Infected Defector, Negate, War Historian, Halo Hopper, Final Flourish, Shatter the Source, Corrupted Conviction. We got our flip card, which leads us to a Full Art Mountain. And we have a Foil Scroll Shift. And then we get a Showcase Captain Lannery Storm. That, I know for a fact, is from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I haven't gotten this treatment of Lannery before, so this is cool. Very nice. We got an Invasion of Ergamon. Then we have Urbrask. That is a hit. And it is in the Phyrexian Showcase. So, Urbrask has First Strike. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Urbrask deals 1 damage to target opponent. Add a red. Exile Urbrask, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery, and only if you've cast 3 or more instant and or sorcery spells this turn. What does Urbrask turn into? Well, it turns into a Saga. And the first level of the Saga is the Great Work, deals 3 damage to target opponent and each creature they control. Now I know why Urbrask is one of the hits. Create 3 treasure tokens. And then, until end of turn, you may cast instant and sorcery spells from any graveyard. If a spell cast this way would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead, and then you exile the Great Work and return it to the battlefield as Urbrask. That's an amazing card. You were this close, James. And then we got Collective Nightmare. James has done that before. With Assassin's Creed, he was 1 off from getting Sword of Feast and Famine. The very next time I did a Patreon Friday, he got himself a borderless polluted delta. So maybe the next one will be for you, buddy. Copper Host Crusher, Halo Forger, Core Halberd, Tidal Terror, Overgrown Pest, Urn of Godfire, Timberland Ancient, Marauding Dreadship, Failed Conversion, Beantown Beatstick. Alright. And we have a really cool soldier token, which gives us a Scoured Barrens, which leads into a Renata Called to the Hunt in that showcase. That's from Theros. And then we have Invasion of Lorwyn again. And we get a Harried Artisan and a Yargle and Multani. That is an 1816. That's all it is it's just a vanilla. I say vanilla because it doesn't have any abilities. It costs 6, but it is a 6 that is 18.6. I don't know if Yargle and Multani is any good, but we'll find out. I do have a couple of ideas for a for a deck that would involve those colors, but it's also a legendary, so you know I may end up making. I still keep talking about the Joda deck that I want to make. I haven't made it yet, so maybe I'll make it. I'm getting enough legendaries here. Tiller of Flesh, Astral Wingspan, Angelic Intervention, Disturbing Conversion, Flywheel Racer, Portent Tracker, Placid Rotten Tail, Deadly Derision, Coming in Hot, a very cool dinosaur token, Plains, then we got a foil Archpriest of Shadows. Has backup 1. When this creature enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If that's another creature, it gains the following abilities until end of turn. Okay, that's what backup was. Death Touch. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's not bad. Oh, and we have what is Season Perverter of Truth. I believe this is Neon Dynasty. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards. Huh. Alright. Then we have Invasion of Dominaria. A Bonded Herd Beast. And Complete the Circuit. Oh boy. Guys, let me know if you opened this set. Did you get this many showcases? Did you, like, am I just pulling a ridiculous box, which is not unheard of for me, or do I have to worry about things? I really hope I don't have to worry about things, because I would hate to go back to this seller and be like, listen, you sold me some fake cards. I don't appreciate that. Shivan Branch Burner, Sigiled Sentinel. There's a Halfiran Shapecraft. That is a mouthful. Eyes of Gitaxias. Blighted Burgeoning. Alabaster Host Intercessor. Consuming Aetherborn. Trailblazing Historian. Vanquish the Weak. This is actually a really decent destroy spell. So we got our Incubator token. Full Art Forest. Then we got another Radha Coalition Warlord. Then we got Invasion of Moag. Blight Reaper Thalid. And then Inga and Asika. We got those out of the pack that we got from the mystery box, but this one is in the showcase. Creatures you control have vigilance and tap 1 for 1 mana of any color, and you may spend it only to cast a creature spell. And then whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana from creatures was spent, draw a card. Now I want to say they don't feel any different. They don't, like the packs don't feel any different. I keep looking at the back to see if there's something that I'm missing. I'll have to take a closer look at it. For those of you who don't know, if you magnify right here, there's just one little speck of red in the green to prove they're real Magic cards. Actually, after I open this pack, I'll show you another way, and I'll do it with one of the commons. Copperhost Crusher, Elvish Vat Keeper, Moment of Truth, Sunder the Gateway, a Kite Sail, Cosmic Hunger, Burning Sun's Fury, Ral's Reinforcements, Tenured Oilcaster, Coming in Hot. You know what? We're gonna set aside that one. We got a Kraken token. We have a Swamp. And this is Agar, the Freezing Flame. This is from Kaladesh, I believe. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage, if a giant, wizard, or spell you control dealt damage to it this turn, draw a card. Okay. Then we have Invasion of Asgol. And Pull Chronos Reborn. Very nice. And then we got a Phyrexian Gargantua. Okay, so if you are worried about your cards, and it's from a newer set, and you think you've been scammed, like I said, there is a way that you can find out. You magnify this right here, the green, there should be a speck of red right there. There is also another way to tell, and this is why I'm using it on a common. I don't know. That doesn't look like the right paper. Oh, man. Okay. So, this is just a land. This is from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Nope. Okay, so it is the right paper. So there is a little bit of this color in here, this colored paper. It's actually metal. Now, I know what you're saying. It's too thin to be metal. There's a little bit of aluminum in there. So that makes me feel better. Not that I had to rip 2 cards, but it makes me feel better that we're not getting fucked over by this box. Because I have yet to buy a box that has been fake. And how I do that is I go to trusted sellers, and I go to places online that I know will automatically, like Amazon. If this was a fake box and I opened half the packs, which I have already, and I went, listen, these are fake, Amazon, I would get half of my money back because I opened half the product. But like if I opened the first 2 and I went, oh god, these are fake, Amazon would refund my entire purchase and would investigate the seller. So I go to places that I know that I can trust. I also don't buy into the deals that you see where you can get a box of like March of the Machine, which is draft boxes, are about $130 to $140, and I don't see them and go, oh god, it's $90, I'm going to grab one. Something that's like that, there's a good chance it may be fake. Places on eBay have a problem with that. Places like Card Kingdom, your local game stores, card shops, Amazon, Game Nerds, things like that, Forge and Fire, they tend to be very, very trustworthy in what they sell you. The reason I was a little worried, one, is you've seen me pull that side. There are some, but not many magic packs open like that. And then the sheer number of hits, like mythics, showcases, things like that we've been pulling, have me a little worried. But ripping one in half and seeing that color, and then ripping one from a set that I know is real, makes it a little bit better. Collective Nightmare, Scrappy Bruiser, Assimilate Essence, Core Halibut, Converter Beast, Skittering Surveyor, Final Flourish, Aki's Scrap Chomper, Ichor Drinker, a very cool Spirit Token, which gives us a Rugged Highlands. Then we got a Foil Dredge Recycler. And then we got... Nice! Ayara, First of Lockwing. This is from Lorwyn. Or not Lorwyn, this is from Eldraine. Throne of Eldraine. Lorwyn. What am I talking about? They didn't do showcases back with Lorwyn. we pulled her when we opened the box with Throne of Eldraine. This is her showcase version. Whenever Ayara, I called her Arya, so I apologize. Whenever Ayara, First of Lockwing, or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Then if you sacrifice another black creature, you get to draw a card. Alright, and then we got Invasion of Vern. Then we got Aetherblade Agent. And Darren Thrill Seeker. Now, like with the fake stuff, you don't necessarily have to be worried if you go to trusted sellers and things like that. But if you start pulling something and, like, say the first 4 packs I opened were all mythics, you might have an issue. Like, I say might because, sure, they've screwed up boxes before. We've seen them do it. But it's very rare. And most of the time those are PR stunts, so you really want to check on those. A PR stunt that happened was when they were doing the Shocklands, when they were coming back, and they were going to be in the Tarkir, the Cons of Tarkir set, right? It was the first time they were coming back in a while. So the Cons of Tarkir set started having boxes opening with a Shockland in every single pack when it was supposed to be, I think, like 1 in 16. And what it was meant to do was draw a bunch of hype for these boxes because they were sent to specific sellers, if you catch my drift. The ones that were getting big on YouTube at the time, things like that. These crates, which is 6 boxes, would you'd open up a box because you need to get the product, right? And they would just start opening up all these Shocklands. At the time, Shocklands were going for like $30, $40 a piece. When they came in again with that, not Shocklands, Fetchlands. I'm sorry, they were going for $30, $40 a piece. Some of them still are. But the Fetchlands, they dropped in price, like a ton, because there were so many that flooded the market. So, just be wary. Artistic Refusal. Marshal of Zalfir. Temporal Cleansing. Bola Slinger. Chomping Kavu. Mirrodin Avenged. Portent Tracker. Furnace Host Charger. Corrupted Conviction. Beantown Beatstick. Then we got Teferi's Talent Emblem. Which I think that means there's a Teferi in here, which I wouldn't mind pulling. We got a Forest, Full Art Forest. Then we got Tetsuko Umezawa, Fugitive. This is a very popular Tetsuko. The reason why is because creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. So you play him, and you do a bunch of things that are making your creatures small. Or, what is the dragon? There's a dragon that makes it so your creatures with Defender can attack. they have a power of 0. So this covers them and they can attack. And there's another one that makes it where you can attack with their butts. You know, they deal damage with their toughness. So it's a 3-card combo, but it's a good one. We got Invasion of Muraganda. And then Blight Reaper Salad. And Chrome Host Seed Shark. This was a good card. It was trying to be like the shark, the Sharknado that we got, but because it was a creature, it was easier to get rid of, and then it was incubate, not necessarily just flying shark tokens. So it's good. It's not great. It's good. You get enough of them out there, and you cast one non-creature spell, and, well, there you go. Alright, Phyrexian Censor, Shivan Branch Burner, Disturbing Conversion, Scroll Shift, Afaro's Dispersal, Halo Hopper, Cosmic Hunger, Kite Sail, Etched Familiar, Karsus Depth Guard, Karsus Vader token. We get a Swiftwater Cliffs. That's a very cool looking Swiftwater Cliffs. And then we got Rayov Mastersmith. This is from Kaladesh. Whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, that creature gains double strike until end of turn. That's actually really good. That's going in my cloud deck. Then we got Invasion of Kylem, Seraph of New Capenna, and Galta and Mavrin. Another Galta. Trample. Whenever you attack, choose one. Create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with Trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. Or create X/1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. That's actually really good. Yeah, you have to attack, but you know what? That's fine. When you're dealing with dinos, most of the time, they have haste. You know, guys, we are only halfway done with this. Good God. We have been pulling some hot fire, even with a detour and thinking that, you know, oops, maybe these are not real. Corruption of Kawashi, Tangled Skyline, Angelic Intervention, Stasis Field, Overgrown Pest, Burning Sun's Fury, Convertive Beast, Bladed Battlefan, Marauding Dreadship, Incubator Token, Full Art Island. Then we got a foil Seed of Hope. And then we have Wrath, Weatherlight Stalwart. This is from Dominaria. We've gotten plenty of him before. Oops, we got a rare, the Invasion of Theros. Very nice. Bar is always a good card. Then we got Order of the Mirror. Render Inert. We've been pulling some really good stuff. I was going to say, and then I started opening packs, and that always is distracting. If you guys want to participate like James, go ahead and hit that link down below, and some of these cards could be yours. I pulled an Urabrask. We've pulled a bunch of other things. I haven't pulled like Jin-Gitaxias or our girl Shieldred yet. But, you know, it could have been yours. Elspeth Smite, this is a good card. Don't know if it's worth anything. Mutagen Connoisseur, Assimilate Essence, Bolus Slinger, Arachnoid Adaptation, Attentive Skywarden, Flittering Gorilla, Volcanic Spite, Consuming Aetherborn, don't know if you guys can hear, my voice is starting to go, so I'm going to get through these. Token, Thornwood Falls. And we have Lethiel, the Bounteous Dawn. I think this is Eldraine? Throne of Eldraine. We got Lifelink. It's foil. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters on any number of other target creatures. That's a good one. Then we got Zada, Hedron Grinder, and Showcase, an Invasion of Ragatha, Aetherblade Agent, and a Progenitor Exarch. He's an X-Spell. You bring him down, he does Incubator 3 times, or X times, and then he can transform them. But each Incubator token comes in with 3 +1/+1 counters, so you automatically get a 3/3 when you transform it. See, they could have said it like that. It would have been so much easier. Okay, Oracle Tragedy, Halo Forger, Enduring Bond Warden, Zalfiran's Shapecraft, Atraxas Fall, Preening Champion, Blighted Burgeoning, Flitting Gorilla, Ren's Resolve, Vanquish the Weak. We got a Warrior token, then goes into an island. Then we got Shauna, Sisay's Legacy. Then we have Invasion of Urgamon, Sun-Blessed Guardian, and Breach the Multiverse. There we go. There's another hit. Breach the Multiverse. There. Oh, I should probably read what it does for you guys and why it's a hit. So it costs 7, so it costs a bit. But each player mills 10 cards. For each player, choose a creature or planeswalker card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. Then each creature you control becomes a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. So it's graveyard recursion, sort of. It is a cheeky game ender. And it goes with that Hidetsu and Kirin. Put that on top. Breach the Multiverse is the next one. They take 7 damage and you get one of their cards, which could be an Atali, which was very popular at the time because Atali is just a disgusting card. And I hope we pull him. Alright, we have another Elspeth Smite, Furnace Reigns, Infected Defector, Saiba Cryptomancer, Realm Breaker's Grasp, Attentive Skywarden, Fertilid's Favor, Oculus Wealth, Red Cap Heel Slasher, Bladed Battle Fan. We got another Incubator token, because that was a big thing for this set. Windscarred Crag, Rona, Shieldred's Faithful. Is that possibly foreshadowing that we're going to pull Shieldred? I hope so, because after this we have 12 more packs to try and grab her. Then we got Invasion of Belenon, Bonded Herd Beast, and Tribute to the World Tree. That is another one of the hits. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater. Otherwise, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Do you understand how stupid a card this is? If it's bigger than 3, you get to draw a card. Otherwise, that 1/1 or 2/2 comes in as a 3/3 or a 4/4. Yeah. Alright, like I said, 12 more packs to try and pull a Shieldred, a Jin-Gitaxias, a Vorinclex, an Atali, a Fairy Mastermind. There's still quite a few that we can try and grab and get. But we got one that I wanted, which is Breach the Multiverse, so that's great. Scornblade Berserker, Elvish Vatkeeper, Enduring Bond Warden, Protocol Knight, Alabaster Host Incisor, Intercessor, Crystal Carapace, Eyes of Jin-Gitaxias, Searing Barb, Dramatic Revelation, Red Cap Heel Slasher, we got our Flip Token, another Windscarred Crag, and then we have Yorion, Sky Nomad. We got another companion. We have gotten 3 companions. Yorion, everyone hates Yorion. Then Invasion of Zendikar. But all the cards you played were like to help draw cards, and then did stuff when they entered the battlefield. Trust me, I played him. We got Pyretic Prankster, and back to back to back, Ozolith, the Shattered Spire. Is another one of our hits. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on an artifact or creature you control, that many +1/+1/+1 counters are put. Did we get this already? Put on it instead, so it's an additional +1/+1 counter. Put a +1/+1 counter on target artifact or creature you control, activate only as a sorcery, and cycling. Did we get that already? I'm going to check. Oh, the Kami of Whisper Host. We got 2 of those that did put an additional counter. The Ozolith does it. The Ozolith, oh god, putting those 2 together? That's disgusting. So, alright, we're starting to get the hits now. I mean, we've been getting cards, don't get me wrong. Like, we got companions and borderless stuff and a bunch of showcase. Like, I love pulling these showcases. That's because I'm a sucker for these alternate card. That's because I'm a sucker for these alternate card arts. I love them. We got another Elspeth Smite, Astral Wingspan, Scroll Shift, Disturbing Conversion, Blighted Burgeoning, Alabaster Host, Sanctifier, Vengeant Earth, Vanquish the Weak, Thrashing Frontliner. We got Treasure Token, which gives us a mountain, and then we have a foil Finn the Fangbearer. Very nice. And then we get a Daxos plus. Ooh, this had dual showcases. Daxos, blessed by the sun. Daxos is also very cool. Daxos toughness is equal to your devotion to fight. And then whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, you gain 1 life. Very nice. Then we got an Invasion of Muraganda, an Order of the Mirror, and a Planeswalker, a borderless Planeswalker at that. Chandra Hope's Beacon. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's gross. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Exile top 5 cards to your library until the end of your next turn. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell among them with those exiled cards. Oh, and she's just a positive until the end. -X, Chandra Hope's Beacon deals X damage to each of up to 2 targets. That's gross. Chandra, you are gross. You are beautiful, but you are gross. I don't know if she's considered a quote-unquote hit, but I don't. You guys know me. I love me some Planeswalkers, and that is actually a good Chandra. Like, that's a really good Chandra. You're dealing with red, and she's like, oh, if you want to cast an instant or sorcery, that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and double it once per turn. Why not? Norn's Inquisitor, Seal from Existence, Inspired Charge, Expedition Lookout, Arachnoid Adaptation, Cut Short, Seed of Hope, Nazumi Informant, Thrashing Frontliner, Gloomfang Mauler, still saying no to that. Then we got our switch token, Bloodfell Caves, which gives us a Jin-Gitaxias, the Wellspring. We almost have all of the companions. Okay. Oh, Invasion of Amonkhet. This is one that I wanted. So this one costs 3. I'm reading it. I know it's an uncommon, not a rare, but this is a really good control card. When Invasion of Amonkhet enters the battlefield, each player mills 3 cards, then each opponent discards a card, and you draw a card. And then it transforms into Lazotep Convert. Then you may have a Lazotep Convert enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in the graveyard, except it's a 4/4 black zombie in addition to its other types. That includes enter the battlefield abilities. Then we got Tarkir Dune Shaper and Dusk Legion Duelist. Has Vigilance. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Dusk Legion Duelist, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Alright. How long this may be, I may have to split this up into 2 videos. My voice is also getting worse, as you can hear as we go along. Wicked Slumber, Ramosian Greatsword, Aerial Boost, Protocol Knight, Eyes of Gitaxias, Wary Thespian, Golden Scale Aeronaut, Hanger Scrounger, I don't know what the Hunger Scrounger is, Icker Shade, Volcanic Spite, Phyrexian Hydra, which gives us a full art mountain. And then we got Yadora Grave Gardener. Very cool. Then we got Invasion of Kamigawa, Aetherblade Agent, and Into the Fire. I believe that's Renin 6 and Chandra. That's actually not bad. City of Fire is what we're looking for. Not Into the Fire. But City of Fire. Into the Fire works as well. Alright. Alright, we have Sculpted Perfection, Sandstalker Moa, Sworn Cavalier, Stasis Field, Seed of Hope, Thunderhead Squadron, Fertilid's Favor, Ren's Resolve, Unseal the Necropolis, War Trained Slasher, there's our token, gives us a Bloodfell Caves, which then we get a Persia Judge of Valor, which she's from, what is it? Not Kaladesh. Kalenheim. She's from Kalenheim. Flying, lifelink. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. She's a decent card, and then we get a rare battle, which is Invasion of Ikoria. When Invasion of Ikoria enters the battlefield, search your library for and/or graveyard for a non-human creature card with mana value X or less, and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle with its 2 green and X, and then turns into Zalortha, Apex of Ikoria, a giant dinosaur. Has reach, because it's into the sky, if you can't see that. And for each non-human creature you control, you may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Yikes. And we got Herbology Instructor and a Merciless Repurposing. Alright, we got 7 more packs here, guys. We're pulling some good stuff. I believe we're pulling some good stuff. Whether the numbers will out on that one, I don't know. Now, I know what you're wondering. If you don't know about this set, why are we pulling all of these cards, and why are there creepy characters that are known to be legendary characters put together? this was the third block, or the third set of the Phyrexian block, where we had Dominaria, All Will Be One, then March of the Machines, which was the final story of the Phyrexians, who found out, because of Vorinclex going to Kaladesh, that the World Tree could help them travel, because they couldn't travel the plains like planeswalkers could. But the World Tree allowed them to invade every plane in the Magic universe, in the multiverse. So that's what this set represents. And the final battle is actually pretty good, which doesn't happen in this set, because after this set, I believe we go to New Capenna, and that's where the final battle happens between Elspeth and what's her name? Mom. I can't remember. New Capenna is where the final battle between Elspeth and Elish Norn happened. Ramosian Greatsword, Realmbreaker's Grasp, Moment of Truth, Enduring Bond Warden, Golden Scale Aeronaut, Iridescent Blade Master, Preening Champion, Dredge Recycler, Redcap Heel Slasher. We got a really cool treasure token, a Full Art Mountain, and then we have Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. What? Speaking of Elish Norn, this is the original incarnation of Elish Norn in the Phyrexian Showcase. She is a beast of a commander and a beast of a card. Vigilance, other creatures you control get +2/+2, and other creatures or creatures your opponents control get -2/-2. Oh! Yes, I will take, speaking of Mom, I will take that all day. And then we have an Invasion of the Eldraine, a Bonded Heartbeast, and a Glistening Dawn. I will say, I miss Magic doing the overarching stories. Like the Phyrexian story took forever to finish, right? The stories of the Brothers' War and things like that. They don't do that anymore because they've gone down to this really short. They started off by going down to this really short 2-block set, or 2-set block, and then now it's just basically 1-set blocks. We're not getting like full-on stories. Now, I admit that each set has a story all of its own. Like Murders at Karlov Manor is a set all on its own. Its story is all on its own, the whole thing. But we don't get these overarching sets anymore and storylines. Merciless Repurposing. I wish they would do it again. Ravenous Sailback, Sigiled Sentinel, Furtive Analyst, Vengeant Earth, Thunderhead Squadron, Etched Host Doombringer, Beantown Beatstick, Corrupted Conviction, we got an advertising that we don't need, Blossoming Sands, which gives us a foil, Invasion of Belenon. I don't know if you noticed this. There's not a foil in every pack. This was before they started doing that. And then we got a Quende Pride of Femerith. I believe this is from Ixalan, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. He has Double Strike, and creatures you control with First Strike have Double Strike. Simple enough. We got Invasion of Pyrunia. Then we have a Mizumi Freewheeler, and a Monastery Mentor. Hey, not bad. Monastery Mentor is old school card. But that's why we're seeing all of these different planes of existence colliding in this set, because this is the giant battle that is going on in the story. And then Wizards did something stupid, which they created like an expansion that was a mini set that I almost bought. It's called March of Machines Aftermath. It was a mini set, and when I say mini set, I mean the boxes were cheap. They still are cheap, but you only get 5 cards per pack, and they're not very good. So, like, there's some that are good, like the Nissa card is good, but other than that, they're not very good. Alright, we got Mutagen Connoisseur, Streetwise Negotiator, Knight of the New Coalition, Halo Charged Scab, Crystal Carapace, Alabaster Host Intercessor, Serpent Blade Assailant, Searing Barb, Dredge Recycler, Thrashing Frontliner. We got our token, which gives us a full art Plains. And then we get a Yargle, Glutton of Uroborg in Showcase. If you don't know, he's a vanilla. Like I said, vanilla just means doesn't have any stuff on him. He's a 9/3 for 5. So take that for what you will. And then we have Invasion of Kaladesh. And Atali! Atali Primal Conqueror. Thank you. I believe this is the hit of the set. Here's why. Cost 7. Trample. When Atali, Primal Conqueror, enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You may cast any number of spells from among the non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. Yeah. Now, this is insane, right? Cost 9 colorless and a green Phyrexian mana to transform him only as a sorcery, but he turns into an 11/11. Atali Primal Sickness. Trample, indestructible 11/11. Whenever Atali Primal Sickness deals combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. He is a... what is the Phyrexian... The Phyrexian Golem. That's what he is. On top of his abilities at the beginning. Indestructible, Trample, Infect. Yes, Atali is not well liked by people. And we got Lithomantic Barrage. I hate that we only have 4 more packs left, but I'm glad we only have 4 more packs left because I'm sorry guys, if you can't hear it, my voice is getting very toasty. I'm still trying to recover from this stupid cold. So I'll try and hurry up here. Sculpted Perfection, Fearless Skald, Sunder the Gateway, Stasis Field, Meeting of Minds, Placid Rottentail, Alabaster Host Sanctifier, Failed Conversion, War Train Slasher, and then we got First Mate Ragavan. Then we have a Dismal Backwater, and a foil Guardian of Girapor. We pulled that earlier. And then we have Taigam Ojutai Master. Another one after this. We get a rare battle, which is Invasion of Arcabios. Very nice. And we got a Captive Weird and a completed Huntmaster. Alright. We actually got quite a few hits. We have this pack and 2 more to get more hits. Alright. Joyful Storm Sculptor, Xerix, Strobe Knight, Moment of Truth, Core Halberd, Golden Scale Aeronaut, Seed of Hope, Coming in Hot, Deadly Derision, Ren's Resolve, we got Incubator Token, which gives us Blossoming Sands, Afara's Dispersal. I don't know if you guys also noticed, we don't get any art cards because they didn't do them yet. Afara's Dispersal and foil. We got a non-foil Finn the Fangbearer. We got Invasion of Viren. Jin-Gitaxias. Another hit. We haven't hit Shieldred yet, but this is her smarter, younger brother. Alright, Jin has Ward 2, which already makes him a dick. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, draw a card. Then you can exile Jin-Gitaxias and return to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery and only if you have 7 or more cards in hand. Not hard to do in decks that play Jin-Gitaxias. The Great Synthesis. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size for as long as you control Great Synthesis. Phase 2. Return all non-Phyrexian creatures to their owner's hands. And Phase 3. You may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. Exile the Great Synthesis and return it to the battlefield face up. There's a reason why Jin-Gitaxias is a good card. He is a control player's dream. We got Norn's Inquisitor. Alright. I'm going to be using a lot of sound effects for this video, I can tell. Alright. We got Tangled Skyline, Stormclaw Rager, Kithkin Billy Rider, Protocol Knights, Cosmic Hunger, Burning Sun's Fury, Chomping Kavu, Etched Familiar, Onake Javelineer, Ichor Shade, Incubator Token, which gives us our island, and then we get another Daxos. Can't complain about another Daxos. And then we get an Invasion of Ixalan. Very nice. We got a Pyretic Prankster and a completed Huntmaster. Last pack. Do we need last pack magic? I don't think so. We got this. We got this. We got all of the companions in their showcase. I don't know. I don't know if we need last pack magic. Well, we're gonna find out if we get it. Last pack Shieldred would be amazing. Surge of Salvation, Tandem Takedown, Sunder the Gateway, Saima Cryptomancer, Skittering Surveyor, Wildwood Escort, Phyrexian Archivist, Furnace Post Charger, Bladed Battle Fan, Hanger Scrounger, and we got Incubator Token, which gives us a Rugged Highlands. We get a Jury of the Master of the Review, since James took ours. Invasion of Kylem. Oh, we're not getting a Shieldred. That's alright. Order of the Mirror. Our last rare is Nahiri's Warcraft Age. I mean, for 3, that's not bad. Alright, guys. That's it. For being the first time pulling this set, I'm pulling this set as a full box kind of thing. Not just one pack from the mystery box. I think we did pretty good. We got a ton of stuff. We got an Atali, we got an Elish Norn, we got an Urbrass, we got Chandra, we got, 4 of the companions in their borderless forms. We got a Glissa, we got an Atraxa, we got a Jin-Gitaxias, we got a bunch of the hits. We got a Breach the Multiverse, which I was really hoping we'd get. We got stuff. Like, good lord, did we get stuff. So I don't know what we got, but I love these 4, just for the fact that we got Elish Norn, Urbrask in those the Phyrexian style, borderless or extended art, Chandra, Hope's Beacon, and an Atali of all things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now, editing Matt, of course, is going to show you what we got. And I'm pretty sure our little Monica Neko here is the reason we got most of these. But this is what we paid for it. And this is how much we made on it. I think we did pretty good. Actually, I'm going to go out of my way and say we did great. So, I really liked pulling the set. I do like the flavor of the set. I know it didn't get a big hype because there weren't many great cards in it. Breach the Multiverse, Hidetsu and Kairi, Urabrask, Jin-Gitaxias, Shieldred. Those cards did really, really well, Atali especially. But they didn't have many cards that were like really, really hard hitting in Modern, but they were pretty good in Standard. So most of these are going to be good in Commander if you played them as well. So, am I going to open another box of this? I'm going to try and get my hands on a set booster box next time and see how good we do on that. And if they do as many showcases as they did in this one, I will be super happy. But, if you liked this video, go ahead and hit like. If you didn't like it because you saw me rip cards in half, go ahead and hit dislike. Share this around with the other pack-opening friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Lets YouTube really know what you're looking for. I'm still recovering from the cold, and if you want to help support the channel and show me support and wishing me good luck and good health, go ahead and subscribe to that Patreon down below as well. With all that being said, my name is Matt, this has been Lucky Pack MTG, and I'll see you guys next time.